You want to get away to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, maybe check out the Mississippi Aquarium for the first time or maybe a reoccurring time, you now have an added event that you can take part of, and that is yoga at the aquarium. I bet you didn't see that one coming. But joining us here on Good Things today is Brittany Simmons. She is a registered dietitian. She's also a yoga instructor, and she will be the ones leading you through Downward Dolphin at the Mississippi Aquarium. So welcome, Brittany.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on, and I'm going to have to use that Downward Dolphin.
I was going to ask, is that an official yoga pose that can be done at the aquarium?
Oh, absolutely. We can do anything, yes.
Downward Dolphin, Wiggly Stingray, I don't know. I didn't go through my list. Mermaid. Didn't go through my list of poses. Okay, at first this sounds completely, polar opposite, which would be yoga and then something at the aquarium. But then when you stop and think about it, you're like, wow, these two kind of pair perfectly together, especially with the backdrop. So, Brittany, how did this partnership come about to be able to offer yoga there at the Mississippi Aquarium?
Honestly, this all fell into my lap, and I'm just very grateful that I had put myself out there and said, hey, I'm a yoga teacher, hire me. So this is definitely something I'm so excited and honored to be a part of. And the aquarium has this beautiful, it's like the large tank, and there are sharks and sea turtles and stingrays and fish, and just standing there in front of it is almost like meditation and yoga. We won't have to do a whole lot besides just staring at it and just getting lost, and it's just so serene and beautiful. So adding yoga and relaxing in front of that is just going to be, an amazing experience.
Well, I can imagine, too, as being a teacher, it would be hard to focus on your class with, kind of zenning out with all the fins, which I think it's appropriately titled Zen and Fin. I think that's so cute. But I have actually visited the Mississippi Aquarium there on the Gulf Coast, and I'll have to say it's kind of busy and bustling. You wouldn't necessarily think that there would be the right kind of calm for that, that comes with, yoga classes. So when is this going to be sort of timed for those that may want to take part? Is it during the busy hours? Is it, sunrise and yoga at the aquarium? How will it work?
So the first class is going to be offered Wednesday, March 31st, and all the yoga classes are going to be right before the aquarium actually opens for admission. So 8:45 to 9:45 will be the classes, and then the aquarium opens at 10. And so your ticket for yoga includes free admission to the aquarium. So that's a really added bonus. You can come and get zenned out and then walk around and enjoy being surrounded by nature.
Is it where, Brittany, that if we're planning our vacation, because here on Good Things, we definitely encourage everyone to visit Mississippi, and the Gulf Coast is going to be popping as soon as the waters, start heating up and the temperatures are right for getting down to the beach. Is it where maybe like mom or older siblings could come and take part of yoga and then go back to their hotel and get the gang dressed and then come back and use their ticket for the aquarium? Or will it be once you're in, do you need to stay and plan your day that way?
Well, I think the best thing that you could do, definitely include this as part of your vacation. And it won't just be on Wednesdays. We'll also have classes on Sunday mornings as well. So it could be the perfect end to a nice vacation on the Gulf Coast. But the class is offered to, you have to be at least 15 years old. So maybe the younger ones could stay at the hotel with grandma or dad, whoever doesn't want to do yoga, and the adults could go and start out with yoga, and then the rest of the family meet them there and join them to enjoy the aquarium right after class.
Well, I just love that there's just different ways to fit in something new and unique when you're visiting the Mississippi Gulf Coast, as well as for the Mississippi Aquarium. And I know yoga is obviously not new to you, Brittany, because you're an instructor. You've got 500 bazillion hours under your belt to become a certified instructor. But it isn't your first profession. Your first profession is as a registered dietitian. That's how you and I know each other outside of here. But what led you to the practice of yoga to begin with?
Oh, boy. Well, yes, dietetics was my first love and obviously still is. It's also connected, and I'm so glad that I found yoga. It was always just exercising in a gym for the physical and physique, benefits. And yoga was on this totally different level. And from the outside looking in, you're like, that seems weird, or like I always hear, I can't sit still that long. It is the most amazing feeling whenever you challenge your body to be still and focus on your breath and allow the pace of your breath to guide your movements and to be able to breathe while you're holding a challenging pose. And it's like everything you practice when you're on that mat, after you leave, you can use that out in the world in challenging times when you're stressed out. So it's just it opened a whole new world. I discovered a studio in Jackson after I finished school, and I went there. I felt like $1 million after I left class. I was like, God, there's something totally different about that. And so I signed up for yoga teacher training, and that just opened my eyes to so much more and helped me to discover so many things about myself, and also discovering the health benefits of yoga for my personal health.
There's probably a lot listening to Good Things, Brittany, that thinks certain things about yoga. Number one, I can't bend into a pretzel, so I'm not even going to try. Mine wouldn't even be the sitting still part. Mine's going to be the, getting into some of those positions looks dangerous if you're above the age of probably 21. But I know that's a myth. And then the other one, would be that you have to have some form of rigorous cardio or, weight training or, that type of mentality of sweating it out and grinding it out per se, to be engaged in healthy physical activity. And yoga sort of bunks that myth as well. So let's start with the, if I can't bend myself into a pretzel, is yoga not for me myth. What would you say to anyone with any ability to give yoga a try?
If you feel that way, you've totally missed the point. And unfortunately, myself included, posting things on social media, doing certain poses, it gives you that misconception that that's what yoga is if you go to a class. There's all different types of yoga. There's some that are just like yin yoga, where you are just laying there relaxing, holding a stretch and breathing in it. You're not doing the cardio type. There's restorative yoga, which is awesome for anybody who has chronic pain, back pain. It is yoga where you use absolutely no effort, just a lot of fun, feel-good props where you feel like you've had a massage after you leave. And then, of course, there's the other more appealing classes to the younger generation, like Vinyasa and Ashtanga, where it is more cardio-based. So it's about finding what it is that you thrive in. What kind of class do you go to and you love it and you leave feeling better, and feeling not just better physically, but better emotionally and mentally, about yourself. You're no longer looking in a mirror and just seeing this body, in front of you. You gain this confidence, and it's just truly eye-opening. And I know it just sounds so silly hearing it from someone. It's one of those things where you truly have to experience for you to say, Okay. I wish I would have done this 10 years ago.
Well, one way you can do that is by experience it at the Mississippi Aquarium, where Brittany will be offering yoga classes, yin and zen. I was thinking, goat yoga is all the rage now on social media where they try to balance it. They got them cute penguins at the museum. You need to see if you can't hold one of the poses while one of the penguins hangs on to your back as well. I'm just full of good advice for